Hi everyone, good morning. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET now. It's going to be a very short and truncated version of the show as we are going to try and wrap up all the big movers and shakers in trade. Markets, meantime, looking pretty okay at this point. But without any further ado, let's introduce then on the technical, Sameer Chavan of Angel Broking, NS Vidai, Mentor and Technical Expert. Good morning to you, gentlemen. And we also have from our research team, Varun and Vinny. Let's kickstart the show with the big mover of today, and that's Godfrey Phillips. In fact, right from, when the company delivered its first quarter numbers, the last one whole week, the stock has been rallying, and how today is the 7th straight day that we are seeing an uptick come by in the counter. It's managed to claw back above 1,000 rupees after staying sub 1,000 rupees for the most part of the last 3 months. In fact, with this rally, Godfrey at 1,047 is at the highest level since the 20th of May. So it was in fact just 600-700 rupees. So it was a great uptick that we saw in this counter in the last three odd weeks. Sameer, Dr. Reddy's, the Nifty Pharma Index is, I think, seeing the third straight day of a nice rally. DRL as well as one stock to watch out for, seeing some pricing action. Anything that you would recommend here?
See, Movina, the stock has clearly slipped into a consolidation mode. Or if you see off late, this has been one of the outperforming stocks, within the pharma space, because we have not seen major correction in this counter. But overall, if you see, this is more of a time-wise consolidation, and on the higher side, 2,600 is the level to watch out for. Lower side, 2,350, 2,400 is acting as a support. So we believe that for a time being, this consolidation range is likely to continue.
Okay, that's Sameer's view on Dr. Reddy's. Varun, let's talk about Coffee Day Enterprises, which of course has been a buzz since the last 2 to 3 odd weeks. But what's the latest news, especially with respect to its debt?
Hi, Mubina. So, Coffee Day Enterprises actually saw a reversal of the circuit for the first time since the sad demise of VG Siddhartha last month. Now, this comes on news that the current debt of 5,000 crores should be paired significantly with the global village sale of around 2,500 crores. Monetization of other assets are also being considered. A key trigger for the company is here that once the deleveraging happens, they should be able to resume talks with companies like Coca-Cola and other interested parties that are interested in picking up a stake in the retail chain. Globally, these comps traded about 3 to 4 times sales, so a good strategic partner could mean really good things for Coffee Day in the long term.
Well, yeah, for the first time, we're seeing the stock actually locked in upper circuit as opposed to the trend we've been seeing for the last 3 to 4 odd weeks. Mr. Vidai, Marico, interestingly, is one stock among the few that are at a 52-week high. Touch and go with that 400 rupee level. Your view here?
Hi, Mubina. Yeah, it's this is one of the only stocks that has been performing, or you can say outperforming the market in quite some time. And I like the stock, but right now it has given a very strong momentum. So we would like to buy on dips rather around 393 and keep a tight stop loss below 388. Because if you try to buy right now, the risk reward is not so much favorable. And the upside targets are once it goes above 402, 404, then you can expect it to go all the way to 420, 445 and even 460 plus.
Okay, that's Mr. Vidai's recommendation on Marico. Vinny, India Cements as well is seeing a nice uptick today in trade.
Absolutely, Mubina. It had to see an uptick after N. Srinivasan spoke to ET Now and gave really positive comments about the industry. He expects the industry demand to pick up, and around they are expecting a lot of push. After the government for infra projects, they are expecting an increase in the infra projects for the company also. The N. Srinivasan also said that he is, India cement industry is headed towards a golden period, and thus we are seeing an uptick today in the stock today.
Well, yeah, nice, strong rally seen in India Cements today in trade. India Bulls Realty, meantime, that one is a bit subdued in trade. CLSA has cut their target price from 150 rupees to now 120 rupees, as they say that the first quarter results were mostly hit because of a one-off tax settlement. However, they do say that yes, they are keenly watching out for the entire debt pairing drive that the company has undertaken. Remember, IB Realty did say that they're going to be selling off some of their London assets for a certain amount. That amount, of course, has still not been disclosed. But yeah, that is something that we'll be watching out for, because that, of course, straight away will go in reducing the mammoth debt in the IB group. Samit, Vedanta, finally some signs of a revival was seen in the last few days in the metal space, and today it was lower, but again a bounce is being seen in Vedanta. What do you make of this move?
Yes, Mobina, after long underperformance, the entire metal space has shown some life in last few days. Vedanta is the one stock that has been consolidating around 135, which is the multi-year support lows, has rebounded well from those important levels, and from here on we won't be surprised to see this relief rally getting extended, probably towards say 155, 160 also. So from current level, any minor dip would be a good buying opportunity, and for a time being 135, 133 is likely to act as a very strong support. So use any dip to go long. Stop loss maybe somewhere around 134, and immediate target to watch out for would be around 155, 160.
Okay, use dips to go long. That's Samit's recommendation on Vedanta. Varun, HSIL, big restructuring in the company.
Right, there's a lot going on with HSIL today. So let me begin by saying the stock price is not comparable because the company went ex demerger today, so you can't look at the stock price to get a fair idea of what's going on. But what's happening is the company is splitting up the B2B and the B2C businesses. A majority of the debt will lie in the B2B businesses, and the B2C business will have a much cleaner, lighter balance sheet with an asset-light model. Now, we expect EBITDA of the B2C business to come in at around 150 crores odd for this year, and the expected multiple on this could be anywhere between 10 and 15 times. Looking at the residual HSIL listed right now, trading at around 450 crore market cap, means that if the B2C business lists at anything in the range of 1500 to 2000 crores, it's extremely attractive to investors. So we'll be watching closely to see what happens with that. The listing should occur anywhere in the next 2 to 3 months, and it's a big move for the company today.
Okay, that's HSIL, an important restructuring activity undertaken, separating the B2B and B2C business. Mr. Fidai, Yes Bank, of course, has been a buzz. Lots of volatility seen in that stock in connection with, of course, all the news flow around DHFL as well. How do you recommend traders could go about this one, or is it best to avoid at this point?
Well, I would say you can buy it only above 81, 82. Like the stock has not been able to, show any kind of movement above 9 DEMA. It has always got, there is an impact from 9 DEMA where it keeps on falling. Right now, 9 DEMA is placed at around 85.20. So I expect, if the stock is able to cross 82, then you can even expect 90. But if it closes above 85, then you can expect it to go all the way up to 100 plus also. But right now, we'll stick to our targets of 90 in the extreme short term and keep a tight stop loss at 79 as a trader.
Okay, that's Mr. Fatai's recommendation on Yes Bank. Vinny, Ineos Styrolution, this is a stock we don't talk about very often, but what's the reason for it being locked in upper circuit today?
So after the board has decided that they want to go in for voluntary delisting, this is the reason we are seeing the stock being locked in upper circuit, as the delisting price over here is at a premium of around 23% on the closing price of 14th August. So they are planning to buy back the shares of the from the public, which is around 25%, which the public is holding right now, and the promoters have given a price of around 480 per share. So this is a really good value for the shares, which the investors will be getting, Mubina.
All right, let's talk about another stock that is on brokerage radar, and that is IGL. CLSA actually has come out with a brokerage note on this one, wherein they have a buy on IGL, as they believe that the volumes as well as margins in the first quarter have more or less stayed in line. The EBITDA as well is in line, but there is that higher depreciation which has caused a bit of a miss on the margins, on the profitability actually. Overall, however, the key trigger would be the 10% cut in domestic gas prices. That could be a tailwind for margins. That's expected. That could be a tailwind for margins. IGL is being aided by the CLSA note. It's higher by roughly 0.9%. Samit, Bosch, what a fall seen in the stock. However, it is showing signs of a recovery. In fact, it's once again above 14,000 in today's trading session. Your view here?
See, last 1.5 weeks, we have seen some kind of early signs of revival in the entire auto ancillary space, and this stock which was trading around its 3-year lows on Wednesday, it formed a 3-year low, and since last couple of days it has managed to give decent recovery from lower levels. From here on, we expect extension of this move. For a time being, immediate resistance would be around 14,400, which is the 20-day moving average. But we would expect this stock, surpassing this hurdle and heading towards 15,000, 15,200 over the next few days. So looks like, this stock is poised for some kind of relief move.
Okay, Bosch is higher by 2.7% and Samit expects further recovery. Varun, Ujjivan, finally we are going to see the small finance bank's IPO very soon.
Yeah, Mubina, the Ujjivan Small Finance Bank should raise around 1,200 crores this quarter. Now, the stock to actually watch out for is Ujjivan Financial Services, which is the holdco for this bank. In prior raises, the company's been valued at around 2,000 crores, where, lead investors were HDFC Life, Sundaram MF in a pre-IPO placement. Proceeds will be utilized towards, just augmenting the company's capital base to meet future requirements. And, it's one that is well watched within the sector. They're expected to gain market share, from NBFCs due to tightening liquidity norms and risk reduction through enhancing non-MFI and secured loans. Another good one to watch for this quarter.
All right. Well, on that note, we have to pause the countdown right here on Market Fatafat. Mr. Fidai as well as Sami, thank you for sharing with us your technical strategies. Varun and Vinny, to you as well. But don't forget, folks, today at 5 p.m. as we kickstart Rise with India Prime Time, we're going to do so as always with the Money Show. And today we've decided to talk about the fact that as various macroeconomic data and cues point to a recession on the anvil, how worried should mutual fund investors be, or should you be worried at all? That is the question that we're going to pose to financial experts. Send in your questions and queries. Also, what went wrong with the LIC Jeevan Saral Policy Yojana? Why was it dragged to the courts? Why was there a PIL filed? And what exactly is it that you should be wary of when you look for a life insurance policy? And finally, Motilal Oswal has a whole host of passive funds that focus on the mid and the small caps. We are going to be discussing the strategy to manage it and help you make a decision on whether you should be buying funds in that. We will be talking to Prateek Oswal, who is the head of the passive fund AMC of Motilal Oswal. All of this lined up on The Money Show.